Okay, what are we talking about today to help with performance? We're going to show a box, and we're going to do box step-ups, and we're going to show a different variation or a couple different variations that can help with a couple different goals. And we're going to show you how most people actually kind of cheat their way through doing box step-ups, and how you can, A, first of all, decide whether or not you want your athletes to allow that, or B, whether or not they need to work on the better version, okay? So, we have just a regular plyo box, as they're called, okay? Ours is a little cooler than most, but what are you going to do? All right, so, box step up. Most people, you can do it holding dumbbells, you can do it holding a barbell, you can do it squeezing a bear hug medicine ball. You can do it holding kettlebells, 1 or 2, by your side or up top. All of those are great options, okay? However, whatever you're doing, if you're adding weight that you shouldn't do, is cheat your way to have the box too high. Like this box right here might be too high. See how my hip is flexed so high that I have to push off of my back leg to sort of initiate, and then I'm using my hand to kind of push up, and I'm helping myself. That's not what we want to do, okay? I have the lower box specifically for that reason. If I put my foot up, ideally, my knee is around 90 degrees. Sometimes the boxes don't necessarily allow that. But err on the side of a lower box versus too high of a box, because they allow you to cheat, right? So, good angle, a little bit too high to where I would just create momentum and push off of my back foot. This foot right here, watch my pad, my ankle. I'm just using that momentum to push up. We're trying to eliminate that unless we are specifically trying to be explosive, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But for now, you want to get as close to the box as possible, put as much weight on the bent knee as possible, and go straight up. Okay? And back down. How we actually prefer to do it, which can eliminate that momentum, is we put our big toe even and we face this way onto the box, not that way. Then we're going straight up. You can actually put it right in front of a wall so that you can't walk forward too much, but I want to go straight up with it. Okay? I do control the descent unless I'm using a plyometric effect. And what do I mean by plyometric effect? If I want to go quickly up and down with a little bounce for more power, I can do that. And that's what I was talking about earlier. If I want to program in the plyometric bounce effect, the stretching and the quick recoil, plyometrics, I can do that, boom, and then quick bounce back up, quick bounce back up. That would be more plyometric, and that's okay if you're an athlete training for explosive power. Do that after you learn how to control your movement. Because if you are taking your time, setting your foot, and then just rocking up with momentum, you're not creating that plyometric effect, you're essentially just cheating. You have to know your why, what's your reason for doing it, and then program it accordingly. Momentum isn't always a bad thing, unless you're using momentum to cheat your way through the exercise. Alright, so if you're not quite in control, put your foot even with the back of your heel and go straight up. Take your time, foot down. Don't use this to push off and make this do all the work. Secondarily, if I wanted to focus on the eccentric, the downward portion, I'll get even more strength training on this. So I can come straight up, and now I really want to focus on going as low as I can bottom out, come back up, and bottom back up. Okay, so a couple of different options. Regular strength training, eccentric strength training, using the plyometric effect to become more powerful and explosive. All of those are great options as long as you're not doing the strength exercise using the plyometrics to cheat. You'll be fine. We also like to prefer going this way onto our boxes because it does eliminate some of our natural mechanics or methods of putting this foot back very far and then just rocking. People like to do this version. Okay? I'm not saying that's necessarily horrible. It's not systematically, biomechanically bad for your body. However, it is not the best methodology for someone who's trying to become more athletic and has a limited time frame to improve themselves for sport, their performance. If you're an older client and you just have your overall health and wellness, probably okay. You're not in a bad position, which is generally the one rule to stop, is where our safety is at risk. You're safe in that movement. However, for athletes with a limited time frame to get as good as possible before their season or their playing careers are over, we really have to maximize our exercise selection and have a very specific why to implement a certain exercise. All right, so that's 3 reasons, or 3 ways, 3 methods with a slight tweak that you can implement as far as the direction in which you're facing the box, whether you face it this way or face into it. Those will give you slight differences in your mechanics and will help you to really get that better performance improving effect. So that's all I have today. I'm Spencer Aiken with the Stronger Together Performance Academy, coaching on how you can really use the boxes for greatness. All right, thank you. That's all we got.